Hello everybody and welcome to the pack. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the new Wolfwhoop 260mah high volt 35 to 70C batteries. Now the first thing I want to say is this video in a way sponsored by Wolfwhoop. They did agree to send me these batteries if I did a review on them. I put these batteries to a number of different tests, including just flight time and punch outs, and then also I did a stress test with the batteries. The connectors that hold the JST onto the LiPo cell, they do tend to pop off, as I've found on other batteries, because when the batteries get warm as they're discharged, the adhesive used to hold these connectors in place will loosen and then the connector can pop off when you actually try to remove the battery. I found that that doesn't happen with these batteries, and I did fly 7 of these back to back, and then I charged them and then flew them again back to back, so that the batteries were quite warm in the end when I finally finished all my testing. And that's when I actually tried to test the pulling off the little black tab. For these tests I was just doing runs around this tree and then the stone fire pit that I have out in the yard. And the other thing, if you're not familiar with tiny whoops, is they do tend to hover around 3.2, 3.3 volts, and then they drop down to 3 volts. But the low battery for me is actually not low battery. The drone's current sensor just isn't calibrated correctly. And I found that when the drone actually tells you to land now, that's when you actually have to land. In all of the tests, I found that even if I drop battery voltage down to 2.6 volts, it immediately jumps back up to at least 3.2 volts, and then will slowly climb back up to the 3.5, 3.6, and even 3.7, which is the perfect voltage for LiPo cells. When I checked this against the other batteries that I had, which are the BetaFPV 230 high volt batteries, they would land at about 2.9, 2.8, and then they'd only bounce up to 3.0, 3.1, and then eventually they'd climb up to 3.2, 3.3, but they'd never actually get back up to 3.7 unless you let them sit for probably a day or two, and then they got back up to 3.7. These batteries definitely do have a much better recovery time than the BetaFPV batteries that I've tried. Now I'm going to show you the DVR clips from when I was doing time runs. So in conclusion, I really do like these batteries. They have a lot of punch to them, they have a very good recovery time, and they are very resistant against tugging and pulling. And they do have a nice little tab on the back to help you pull your battery out so you're not putting pressure on the LiPo cell or the connector. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.